Hi everyone, Happy New Year. It's Stacy. Thank you for coming on this yoga leap with me. I hope everyone had a healthy, safe, and happy holiday. Whatever you did or did not do to celebrate, I hope that you are looking forward to the new year and joining me here through video. Looks like for a little while longer, but I hope you're enjoying the videos still. Today you'll see I don't have my chair. I'm going to be mostly focusing on doing a nice gentle stretch on the mat. I'm just finding that after the holidays, and I'm not sure what everyone's situation is, but in Ontario at least, we're sort of stepping back and reining things in again. So I, like many of you, maybe need to feel a little grounded and a little bit of calming movements just to sort of get out of my head into my body a little bit. So that's what we're going to do today. If you do want to sit in the chair and follow along, that's great, but I'm going to be staying on my mat the whole time. So with that, I'll meet you on the mat and let's start seated. All right, so as I said, we'll start seated. Oh, I'm going to take my socks off. I don't like practicing yoga with socks on. So let's start seated. Any comfortable seated position. We'll start with a little bit of breath work and just start to settle in. Maybe you're sitting in a nice easy cross leg. Maybe you're into lotus or half lotus, bringing one foot up or both feet. Maybe you're just coming into a comfortable, easy cross leg position with a bit more space here. Whatever feels best. Settle in. Root down through the sit bones. Maybe bring the hands to the legs. The hands can be turned down or up, depending again, and as always, what type of energy you're looking to bring into the practice. So if you're looking to really find that grounding energy that I was talking about just a minute ago, maybe turning the hands down and touching and connecting to your body. That might help you ground down even more. If you're looking to bring a little bit of higher energy, turn the hands up. This will invite energy into the practice. So whatever feels best for you, settle in, maybe closing the eyes if that feels safe, and if not, maybe just turning the gaze down, finding a nice, stable place to gently rest your gaze. And once we settle in here, let's take a few breaths, any breaths that feel good. Inhaling as big and as much as we can, fill our whole bodies. And then exhale out through the mouth or the nose, sigh it out or not, whatever feels best. Let's do that a couple more times. Here we are, January 2022 already. Taking a few breaths, settling in. Then maybe turning our attention and just scanning our bodies, noticing if we are holding on to any tension, or maybe we're noticing our shoulders are creeping up, or that maybe we're kind of scrunching through the face. Let's see if we can soften through any of those places by sending the breath there. And whether this is your first practice today, this month, this year, or ever, we try to approach each practice with that fresh beginner mindset. We're not worrying about how we have performed in the past or where we might be in the future. We're just worried about our time here and now on the mat. Let's take a few more breaths here, settling in, continuing to soften through shoulders, the face, the jaw, maybe even soften the belly a bit. And if setting an intention is part of your practice, go ahead and do that now. If it's not, and you'd like to maybe start with intention setting, it's a little bit like creating a little motto or mantra for yourself that you can repeat throughout the practice, just to help bring you back to the present moment, help ground you in the posture, the poses, the sensations of the moment. So a nice, easy one and a great one to start the year off with is, I am here, I am present, I am grounded, or simply, I am. Let those words kind of repeat in your head, let them kind of resonate through your body, and then we'll start to bring a bit of movement to the breath. Using the breath and your little motto or mantra that you just created as tools to help bring you back if you find that your thoughts do wander. Let's take one more big breath, let it all out with a sigh or not. And then if the eyes are closed, maybe blinking the eyes open, just reconnecting with your surroundings, and we'll start to bring a bit of movement to the breath. Let's keep our hands where they are, and we'll do a seated cat-cow. Now we can sort of grip onto the knees here to help pull the heart space through, creating a little bit of an arch in the back. Taking a big inhale here, so filling up the whole front side body. And then as we exhale, start to round down. Here you can use the hands to help hold on to splay the shoulder blades. So I'm going to turn sideways. You can stay as you are. And you'll see that as we're rounding, I'm holding onto my knees here to help anchor and splay the shoulder blades. Then I'm going to start with the tailbone and start to roll forward. I'm going to pull the heart space through, roll the shoulders down. Inhale, this is our seated cow. And then exhale, start with the base of the spine if we can, and then round, hold onto the knees, splay the shoulder blades. So a few more times, moving with your breath, inhaling, reaching the heart space through and up, rolling the shoulders down and back. And then exhale, let's press the floor away if you've chosen to come into all fours, or use the knees so that you can hold onto them and really splay the shoulder blades. A few more rounds here as I turn back. Finding your own perfect pace. And then either sticking with cat-cow if this feels good, or maybe starting to add a few circles in one direction. Still rounding through the spine as we lean back and still pulling the heart space through as we rotate forward here. So it's cat-cow with a little bit of hip work, rooting down, feeling the weights shift from side to side. Do a few more in this direction, and then as we come around, we can find ourselves seated up in a nice neutral spine. Take an inhale. We're going to start rotating in the other direction. Option to keep the legs as they are, or here might be a nice time just to switch the cross of the legs. Let's take a big inhale here as we pull our heart space forward, and exhale. We're going in the opposite direction now, feeling any differences as we move from side to side. Splaying shoulder blade, pulling the heart space through. Inhale here. And exhale. All right, let's do a couple more here. And then on your next inhale, just sit up nice and tall. Let's roll the shoulders a couple times. Hands can disconnect from the legs, the lap. We'll roll the shoulders back, maybe forwards as well. Let's bring a little bit more movement to the shoulders. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up. And then exhale down. Inhale to reach up. Remember to always move with your own breath here. All right, this time let's inhale, reach up. This time as we exhale, we'll turn the palms forward and just come into cactus arms. So really sort of opening up through the heart center. Think about rotating the elbows forward and with straight arms, turning the palms up towards the ceiling. Not straight arms, but I mean, I don't just mean flicking the wrist. I mean sort of rotating through the shoulder here as if this is fused in this nice little 90-degree angle. Good, let's inhale to reach up. Exhale, open up to 90 degrees again. Inhale, open the palms up. Exhale back, inhale to reach up. Exhale, cactus arms one more time. Tilt the palms up. So we're having a little cat back there. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, all the way down. Now we can switch between the two. We can inhale and exhale. And stick with that. Or inhale and exhale. We'll just move one breath, one movement here. So I'm going to switch between them. You do whatever feels best for shoulders. If we're pulling the elbows down, really think about squeezing the shoulder blades. All right, 2 more. Let's all take a big inhale. This time, let's twist over to one side. Good, so our right arm crosses across the body. We're still sitting nice and tall on the sit bones here, both sit bones grounded. And we're looking back over our shoulder maybe, or off to the side. Inhale, sweep the arms up, we'll go to the other side. Stay for a breath, really try to imagine a nice tall spine and rooting down through the sit bones. Awesome, let's do a few flows with our breath. There we go. Inhale to reach up, exhale to find your twist. So we're twisting, we're rooting down through the sit bones. They stay nice and grounded. And we're twisting through the core, the chest, and the shoulders. All right, let's inhale through center. All right, here we go. Let's let the left arm find the mat. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, over. Stay connected through the sit bones. Don't let the right side lift up. Root down and reach. Find a big side body stretch here. If the arm is too long, you can reach it up or even bend the elbow. Bring the hand to the back of the head so that we can continue to spin the heart space forward and open and find that side stretch. Stay for one more breath. Inhale and exhale. And then we'll inhale here through center. Other side. Let the right hand fall down. Left hand. Exhale up and over. Stay grounded through that left side. Find the big side stretch. Remember, the arm can reach up or it can come behind the head. Just think about sort of opening up through the heart space. Really find a side stretch here. Good. One more inhale and exhale. And then inhale through center. Let's flow with our breath a little bit. Just like we were doing before with the twist. We're just trying to move in a lot of different directions here. At any time, if you want to switch the cross of the legs or switch the way you're seated, by all means, go for that. Don't wait for me. Let's all inhale through center. Let's exhale the hands. See if we can bring them behind us and clasp the knuckles. I'll just turn around to the side here again and see if we can bring the knuckles, clasp the knuckles, and reach the knuckles down towards the mat. We'll really feel a big opening through the chest and the front side body. If it's too much, just press the hands back. Pretend you're holding onto a beach ball or a volleyball here and find a bit of sort of energy as we reach the fingers back and down. Or again, clasping the knuckles and reaching the knuckles down. Good, I'm just gonna turn forward, stay where you are. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Open up through that front side body. You can stay here or maybe start to hinge forward. Find a forward fold. And if you're forward folded, let's pull up from the knuckles, come all the way back up, release, inhale. And exhale, hands down through the center. Awesome. Whew, let's shake it out, roll the shoulders. We've done a lot of nice movement through the core and the spine, a little bit in the hips as well. Let's do a little bit of stretching and then we'll make our way down to our back and do a bit more stretching for our legs as well. So option to come into butterfly here. Or if this isn't comfortable, we can come into a wide leg forward fold. We're just trying to get a little bit of stretch and waking up through the inner thighs a little bit. I might actually stay here, sit up on the sit bones, bring the hands behind if you're finding that you're sort of rolling back, and see if we can press ourselves and roll the pelvis onto the very tips of the sit bones so we're sitting up nice and tall. The hands behind might help you find that nice tall spine. If you're good there, maybe bring the hands forward. And then with a nice long back, as if you're sort of glued to a piece of plywood, we're going to start to walk ourselves forward. So the legs stay straight, toes pointing up. If you're in your butterfly legs, same thing. Let's just find our edge here. So with a nice long spine, find our forward fold. It might not be very far forward with this long back. Let's just find that. Take a big inhale, stay here, exhale, and then if we like, we can melt down. And that might mean if you're using a block or any prop, melting down towards the bent legs if you're in butterfly, or towards the block or the floor if you're in this forward fold. Breathe into the backside body here. You can choose to be rounded through the spine like I am, or you can choose to stay with a long back and sort of make your way forwards in your forward fold. I'm rounding down. I need to sort of let go, fall into the earth, let the mat support. Breathe into that backside body. And then let's lift our forehead and walk ourselves back up. Awesome. All right, let's bring our legs together. So if you were in butterfly, let's just straighten the legs out in front. Still sort of move that fleshy bit out of the way so we're sitting up nice and tall on those sit bones again. Let's find a big forward fold here. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, find that long spine. So just let the hands fall where they fall. So I'm just going to turn sideways here. So we're keeping that nice tall spine as we let the hands fall down and find our forward fold. So think about, if you can, imagine kind of sending your hips back even further. We still have a nice tall spine. Flex the toes back towards the face. Find a deep hamstring stretch here. Option, if it's a little much, is to bend the legs. We're still sitting nice and tall on the sit bones. Notice how whether my legs are bent or straight, my back stays nice and tall. Let's stay for a few breaths wherever we are here. And then option to continue with the straight back or melt down. With a rounded spine, breathe into the backside body. Take a few more breaths. And then we can start to roll up, walk ourselves up. Good. I'm going to turn back around to the front here. All right, a couple of options here to come into a little twist. We'll have our legs out in front. Let's bend our right leg, maybe step it across the left so we're in a bit of a cross-legged position. And then our hands can come around the shin, help pull ourselves up and really try to connect to the inner thigh. You might already be feeling a stretch here. You may want to stay here. This might be enough stretch and sensation down the side of the right leg. If you're looking to add a twist, we can take our right hand, place it behind us to help us continue to sit up nice and tall. And then our left hand reaches up and maybe crosses over the right knee. And then as we inhale, we grow tall, and exhale, twist. So we're adding a twist to our stretch here maybe. Stay for a few more breaths. Keep the sit bones grounded. One more big inhale, spine grows tall. Exhale. And then we'll unravel. Let's come around to the front. Good. Maybe just lean over to the opposite side, just as a little counterbalance. I always like to do that as I come out of a twist. And then we'll switch sides. So we'll bend left leg. We're still sitting up nice and tall. Maybe we cross it over. Maybe we feel a nice stretch here and we want to stay right here. Maybe we want to add a twist where left hand comes behind, plant so as close as we can to our body. Maybe even kind of press our back so we sit up nice and tall. And then sweep right arm up and twist, exhale. And on each inhale we grow, each exhale we twist a little more. So finding whether we're staying with a nice simple stretch or we've added in a twist. We'll stay for 2 more full rounds of breath. Inhale and exhale 2 more times. When you finish your second cycle, we'll take a big inhale and come around to the front. Maybe we just find that little counter bend. Awesome. All right. Now, option to stay seated and find a figure 4, or we can make our way down to our backs. Option to make our way down to our backs, of course, is to walk down safely or roll down using our core strength, or maybe even using your legs to help you get down. I like to use my legs to help me get down to the ground nice and safely. When you get there, draw the knees in towards the chest. You can wrap the hands behind the knees or on top of the shins. We'll just rock side to side here. Massage that low back. We've been sitting a lot, so interestingly, it might feel nice to just release through that low back here a little bit. And then we'll come through center. Let's lower both feet down, but we'll keep the feet planted on the ground. We're going to come into figure 4. So here we'll lift the right leg up, flex the foot and cross it over the left knee. Let that right knee fall open. You might feel enough stretch already here. If not, if you're looking for a little bit more, that left foot lifts off the ground and maybe reach behind the left leg and draw the left leg in towards the body as the right leg is pressed out, maybe using that right elbow. So just find your figure 4 stretch here. Find the level of sensation in the outer hip that we're looking for. And take a few rounds of breath here. I do love a seated figure 4 as well, but it takes a bit more strength. I do love the support that the mat offers for our upper body in this posture. It is one of my favorites. Let's breathe into it. Let's take a couple more breaths and then we're going to turn this into a twist. So let's release the hands from behind the left leg. Let the left leg fall and find the mat, so the left foot. Keep the cross of the ankles here on the hip. And we're going to actually twist over towards the right. So it's like this right foot is drawing the left leg across the body. Shoulders stay grounded. The weight of the right foot is just helping find a little gentle twist through the torso. Arms can come into cactus or outstretched along the mat, turning the palms down. And our gaze can be straight up at the ceiling or out towards left fingers, whatever feels best. So you'll notice the sort of the weight of that right foot is helping guide the left knee over towards the right. So we're in a little twist here. Stay for a few breaths, breathe into that side body. Take one more breath and then come back through center. Bring the gaze back through center. Bring the knees back through center. Awesome. Let's lift that right leg off the knee, send it straight up towards the ceiling. Maybe reach the hands behind the back of the thigh, or maybe the calf muscle, or maybe even we can reach the foot or toes. And let's find a bit of a back of the leg, so hamstring stretch here. And this left leg can stay bent, or maybe we're looking for a little bit more. We might want to straighten it out along the floor. I'm reaching my wall there. That feels pretty good. I'm pressing into the wall. Just find a little stretch down the back of the right leg. So remember, the left foot can stay grounded. If it's too much to straighten it, lots of options, and you can be holding on anywhere that feels comfortable. And just work on sort of sending that flat foot up towards the ceiling, as if you're trying to stamp on the ceiling. Good. You can rotate through the ankle if we like here. Point and flex the toes. Let's take another full breath here. Really extend the leg up as much as we can, and then release the hands and lower that right foot down. Let's come into just a front side body opening, a gentle bridge. Hands down by our side, press into the hands and feet. Lift the glutes off the mat. Open up through the front side body. Just press into the hands and feet. Take a couple rounds of breath. One more big round. And then we'll lower down. Maybe step the feet wide, windshield wiper the legs, and then we'll do that whole sequence on the other side. And hopefully I can remember what they all are. Okay, let's step back to our feet planted on the ground. We'll take our left foot, flex it, cross it over the right foot. We'll come into our figure four. So lots of options. You may want to stay here. You may want to lift the right foot off and reach behind that leg, drawing the right knee in a little closer as the left knee presses away from the body. We'll come into our figure four here. Keep a flex in that left foot to protect the knee. Find a few rounds of breath. Find the level of sensation you're looking for in the stretch here. And just breathe into that. Maybe you've come back to your mantra and your breath a few times to bring you back to the practice. Maybe you haven't. Maybe this is a good time to give that a go. I am present. I am here. I am grounded. I am. Checking in with that breath, making sure that nothing's sticking, that we can breathe nice and freely. Take one more full round here. And then we can release the hands, let the right foot find the mat again, and we're going to come into that twist. So now this left foot's going to guide the right knee over towards the left. Shoulders are both staying grounded and hands open either along the mat with palm turned down or into our cactus arms. And if it feels okay, we turn our gaze away from the knees and breathe into the side body here. Let's take one more round of breath. Notice any differences on this side as we twist the opposite way. And then bring the gaze back through center. Bring the knees back through center here. And we'll release the left foot up towards the ceiling, just like before, bringing the hands to behind the thigh, the calf, or maybe the toes or the foot. And this side might feel totally different from the last side, so don't worry about it if you could reach your foot last time, you can only reach your calf here. Or maybe you're like, hey, I could only reach behind my thigh on the last side, and here I am, feeling a little bit more flexible on this side, I can reach a little further. There's no right or wrong. Just find what's comfortable for you. See if we can relax the shoulders down and back, stamp that foot on the ceiling, and then keep the right leg bent or straighten it out along the mat, whatever feels best for the stretch on this side. And like I was saying, it can be different on this side. Maybe we want to roll through the ankle here a little bit too. Making sure we're taking nice deep breaths. Let's take one more breath. Send that foot up towards the ceiling. Good. And then release it down. We'll bend both feet. Let's come into that bridge one more time. Feet about hip distance, planted on the ground. Palms into the mat as well. And then inhale to lift the hips off the mat. Maybe this time we're feeling a little more open. We can walk our arms underneath our body. Or maybe if we have a block, we want to come into a bit of a supported bridge. And we can place that block underneath our sacrum and just let the hips relax. Option here as well to straighten the legs out along the mat. This will increase a nice stretch through the hips, the hip flexors here. These are all options for this particular posture. So taking what feels best for you here. I'm just going to remove that block. That was just an option for those of us with blocks. Otherwise, a couple more rounds of breath in our bridge. Open up through front side body. And on your next exhale, removing the arms from underneath the body or the block as well, and lowering the back down one vertebrae at a time. Let's draw knees in towards the chest. You can rock side to side here. Option as well to maybe find happy baby coming through center, sending the feet back up towards the ceiling, but with a bend in the legs. See if we can reach for those ankles or maybe the outside of the feet, and draw the legs down towards the side of the body. You might want to stay here, making sure the back is nice and connected, firmly connected to your mat. Maybe you like to rock in your happy baby, maybe stay still, or maybe extend one leg, find a nice sort of inner back of leg stretch, and then the other side. Woo! Careful of your plants. Wherever you are in your happy baby, take a few more breaths. Maybe find one breath in stillness if you've been moving. And then let's draw the soles of the feet together, lower them down to the mat, let the knees fall open. Option to come into a reclined butterfly. This can feel quite vulnerable. If you're not there, don't worry, just find straight legs, Shavasana, or maybe like me, you want to come into this open, sort of vulnerable butterfly. Arms can come up overhead or into cactus. And if you do have blocks, option to place them underneath the leg for some support. Otherwise, finding any restful position for the last few minutes of practice. Take a few deep breaths. Scan your body. Just notice if there are any areas we're still holding on to any tension. And maybe breathing a little loving kindness that way. Shavasana is the time for our physical and energetic bodies to absorb all that good work we just did and turn it into something magical, like healthy, happy, positive, strong energy for this new year ahead of us. It won't be without its challenges. That's what makes this yoga practice of ours so important. Find time to, whatever it is, to let off steam, to ground, to find energy if certain things drain your energy. So whatever the reason that you find you're stepping on your mat, keep at it. It's what will get us through this next year. Like I said, with all its ups and downs, whatever is going to come our way, we know we can always step on our mat for any amount of time, for just a few moments, to help ground us, reconnect us. And of course, the beauty of practicing through a video is you can let the video play out, stay in your Shavasana as long as you need or want, or if you're ready to start waking up your body and getting on with your day or evening, start to wiggle through fingers and toes. If you're in your butterfly, maybe start to draw the knees together, draw them in towards the chest. Curl into a little bow or stretch along your mat one more time, just before rolling over to one side, pausing here, and then making your way up to a comfortable seated position, just like how we started. Hands on the lap, either palms turned down or turned up. Just turning our gaze down, closing the eyes, or finding that place to let the gaze rest softly. Taking a moment to thank ourselves, thank everybody who joined us online for sharing their time and energy in this community that's been going on for a couple of years now. when we're ready, we can open the eyes. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, draw the hands through heart center. There, can rest at heart center in prayer, or maybe just rest the hands over the heart. I want to thank you so much for allowing me into your personal private yoga practice spaces and for allowing me to be your guide through these gentle movements today. I hope that this is a great start to your 2022, and I can't wait to see you here again next week. Until then, take care. Thank you, everyone. I hope, like I said, that is a lovely start to your 2022. Who knows what this year is going to bring, but I hope it does bring joy, happiness, and health to everybody. Take care. See you next week.